Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sports Line at Sips Sports Bar, 3024 West Liberty Avenue, 15216. There's Brandy. You might as well wave now, Brandy. She just happened to be walking by when we mentioned Sips Sports Bar. Make sure you like Pittsburgh Sports Line on Facebook, Sips Sports Bar. Zach Brenner's Brenner Contracting. We got the Western Pennsylvania Poker Tournament guys. Like their page and girl. They have men and women in this, and I hear the women are a lot tougher than most of the guys.
Just one of them.
And we'll have Dan Glenn on. He'll tell you what's going on with poker. But thanks for coming out. We got a great crowd here. Perfect spring day in the 60s. It's a home opener. I'm going to steal some of Chip's thunder, since I've been a baseball fan before he was.
Not much before.
Well, you guys tell me how much older I am, so it's a great day. I'll tip everybody off in case they missed this, because this will be shown a day or so later. Pirates won the opener. That's it. Thanks for watching us on Verizon 32 everywhere in the Pittsburgh area. Only Comcast 7 in Bethel Park. YouTube 24/7 everywhere. And of course, Pittsburgh Sports Line on Facebook. I have to try to help them with that tradition of having a drink. Some people are drinking coffee like Smoking Jim and pop and water. And we're going to start our show. We usually start with what's on our mind. We're going to stay with that program. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. We got Smoking Jim Frazier, Chip the Prophet Hayner, fresh from the Pirate game. Zach Brenner, coming from the neighborhood here, all the way out, special appearance. He'll be on the show later on. That's one of our co-hosts from Tuesday night. And we're going to start right now with what's on our mind. Chip Hayner, what's on your mind?
Thank you, Alan. And of course, what's on my mind is opening day here in Pittsburgh. And it really turned out to be just an amazing day for a baseball game. March 31st, and it was sunny. It was 60 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. And I think the Pirates really did themselves proud. And I think it all started with the opening game ceremonies. And there was some recognition of previous Pirate MVPs. Dick Groat, Barry Bonds was back in town, and there was some concern as to whether or not that the Pirate fans were going to boo Barry out of the stadium. And fortunately, the Pirate fans showed what kind of class they have, and there was more cheers than there were boos, and it became a non-issue. And the pregame ceremonies became a celebration of what happened last year in 2013 with the resurgence of the Pirates, the return to playoff baseball and a winning attitude, and the game was it was unbelievable. It had a storybook finish. A local product, Neil Walker, hit a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 10th inning on a 3-2 pitch. Couldn't have been a better ending. And, the last time that this happened in Pittsburgh, April 12th, 1965, Bill Bailey hit a home run to walk off on the opener, Pirates home opener. That has not happened since 1965. They beat the San Francisco Giants that day. Juan Marichal was pitching, and that was a team that was loaded with a lot of Hall of Famers such as Willie McCovey and Willie Mays. But can't say enough about how great of a day it was, and I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful 2014 season.
And thanks, Chip. I give you a lot of credit because you only have half the voice power here. I think you left some at PNC Park.
Yeah, you're going to get that when you get a walk-off.
I can imagine. Thanks for your update there. I did only listen to 5 innings, and I'll talk about that later, too. Smoking Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green, you got to see Levine.
Thanks.
I like to start off each and every show by giving a shout out to my main man, Dan the Man, who makes the best coffee on the planet. If you like coffee, order a cup from Dan. You won't be disappointed. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. Brandy, wave to all your fans. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor, grab a menu, because 2 weeks ago, I had the best meatball hug you ever had in my life, and it's because of the Chef Pete. And I tell you what, the Pittsburgh Pirates won an ugly game today. I've seen ugly baseball games, I've seen ugly football games, but I've never ever seen an ugly woman. Whether you're short or tall, I love them all. Speaking of beautiful women, big hand for Bill Boyce and his beautiful models. I had a great time Saturday night at the Rivers Casino with my man Al Levine, the talking machine, and many of the Pittsburgh Steelers Hall of Famers, and many more who should be in the Hall of Fame. Hall of Famer Mel Blount. No NFL player on earth was equal to his worth. We all watched here at SIPS, Florida State University win the national championship. Looked like the team was all black. The first black player, Florida State history, J.T. Thomas. Louis Lips, former NFL Rookie of the Year. Listen, I wouldn't have the NFL Hall of Fame bus in my garage. The people who vote for the NFL Hall of Fame hate Pittsburgh because the people in Pittsburgh are winners. Andy Russell is the first piece of the steel curtain puzzle. This is a guy who left the Steelers for 2 years in the prime of his career to serve his country overseas as a second lieutenant. He comes back to Pittsburgh, makes 7 Pro Bowls, wins 2 Super Bowls, never missed a football game a day in his life, not in high school, not in college, not in the pros. He set a Steeler record by being named team captain 10 straight years. Hall of Fame, where you at? Kevin Green has more sacks than any linebacker in NFL history. More sacks than Lawrence Taylor. Hall of Fame, where you at? I tell you what, Jerome Bettis is the only running back in NFL history with over 12,000 yards and not in the Hall. Hall of Fame, where you at? L.C. Greenwood was so mad that he didn't get inducted in the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, that when he died, he got buried in Canton, Mississippi. Hall of Shame. Where you at?
Hall of Fame down here. Took 200 shows.
223.
But who's counting?
I'll tell you what, where's the Hall of Fame for smoking Jim Frazier? This year, he's on pace every week to get a better opening monologue here. This one you hit out of the ballpark, and I was going to talk about Pirates, so I'm going to still talk about Pirates. You're a great NFL scout, and I hate to disrespect you, but I don't know what you look at in a game. We had great pitching. There were only 2 other left-handers in the history of Pirate baseball on opening day. Listen to this, my friend. It's trivia. 10 strikeouts he had today, Frankie. Only 2 other guys did it. Bob Veal, one of my childhood heroes back in '65. John Candelaria, 1983 he did that. The Candyman. So when you talk about a bad baseball game, I know we agree on a lot of things, and I'll agree we had a great night with Hall of Famers. I actually interviewed the guy that he was talking about who's not in the Hall of Fame, Andy Russell. Great interview. He does a lot of great things in the community. His wife runs his foundation. Definitely. And he even told me a little story. I'm not going to tell you that. You'll see it on air. You'll have to listen to it since I got him talking a little bit there. We'll see if it's all there. Hopefully Dave won't cut it out. But it was a great day in Pittsburgh, so I'm going to make my prediction before Chip does it. The Pirates will go undefeated at home this year because he's not giving me some of that purple unsweetened Kool-Aid that he gave me last year. So I'm staying on the bandwagon. I didn't leave. I believe 81 wins at home. That's what's on my mind. Thank you. But we got some serious stuff going on here, and we're going to bring up the next guest, who's a legend in my mind. In the short time that I know him over the last 2 years, he's just done a lot of great things, and we're going to bring him up right now.
My name is Rod Salka. I'm 30-some years old. I'm a professional boxer from Vanola, Pennsylvania.
All right, I like
Spell
that.
that?
I like that.
Jim knows where it is.
Do you know where it is, Jim?
Yeah.
There was a football field once there in the 70s, so he knows where
Oh,
it is.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you chasing? You weren't around back then,
No,
sorry. Because he said you chased a lot of guys of color, you know, when he's been on the show. All you got to do is check the videos. I don't talk like that. I'm quoting my friend. And I don't know what he means by that, but Rod smiles every time. And even Zach Brenner does. That's how we do TV here. It's not your orthodox stuff. But you got some great things that are coming up here. Now that I stumped you, I always try to stump my guests. And Smoking Jim's crying now. My shoulder, he's laughing so much he's crying.
You're gonna have to wash that.
I know. This is it. I'm throwing it away. I'm looking for a Salka Championship T-shirt.
Team Salka.
Well, I got a Team Salka. I want the championship one on it. I haven't seen one of those yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
What's going on?
Hopefully, I'm fighting April 18th in Monroeville at the Convention Center.
Woo! God
I
country!
didn't want you to say that. I'm deaf now. Who lives nearby, like 2 minutes away, and he missed a couple events that we had, that he'll be there for that.
Loser.
He'll be there. He'll be there. Luckily, I'm fighting last, so he'll be there in time for my
You know what? Batman will have a chance to leave twice then and be there. Because you know how that up. You called it perfectly.
No, but it's a great card. It's the first televised fight in Pittsburgh in over 10 years since Spadafora defended his title in 2003 against Leonard Doran. It's a Showtime fight, so it's the biggest network in boxing right now. They
own it
host all
right
the
now.
fights. Yeah, and it'll be the first promotion for Iron Mike Promotions doing any kind of television. I'm with Golden Boy Promotions still,
Right.
but they're using me on this, so they kind of worked out a deal. I'm actually fighting an Iron Mike guy in Pittsburgh, so it's kind of it's kind of weird. So he's their guy, but we're in my hometown.
And you're featured there.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Congratulations, let me tell you, with all the hard work, and I got to get into you were robbed the last time you fought in Texas. I believe you were robbed. I know whether you want to admit it or not. I come out and said it. People were telling me, watch that video, because guys that did pay for the fight saw it, and they were texting me and messaging me. So when I ended up seeing it, I said right away, you were robbed.
Well, the nice thing about that fight is that fight was a main event on Showtime Extreme, so it was on Showtime again. That was December 14th. So the nice thing about having it on television was since that happened like that, the media kind of went crazy with it.
I noticed.
So all the websites were talking about how it was, I got robbed and everything else. So when this came up, Showtime jumped on, wanting me back on the network to fight again. So I kind of I didn't move ahead necessarily, but I definitely didn't fall behind from that fight. I kind of get another chance, you know what I mean? But based off of that previous fight and how I performed in it, if I win this fight, they're telling me there's a real good chance I'm gonna end up fighting for the world title here, probably the end of the summer, beginning of the fall against whoever the winner of this Figueroa Belmonte's fight is. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Win one fight and be in a world title, you can't
beat that.
No.
Especially from hitting that roller coaster where you hit the bottom, now you're riding up to the top. That's what it looks like now to me.
Yeah. Well,
that's great. You used some notoriety, and you got your brand out there, and it burned.
That last fight helped a lot too, because I fought I fought Canelo Alvarez's older brother.
Right.
Canelo Alvarez is like a marquee fighter in the sport, so there was a lot of attention on that fight anyways, so
Very
everybody
strategic.
was watching it.
Right.
So then I looked really good in the fight, so it kind of played to my hand. Even though I didn't get the decision, it's still I'm further ahead after that decision than I was before I took that fight. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? Anytime Showtime's happy with you and the networks are happy with you and they want to bring you back, I mean they're the ones that call the shots. I mean, I'm with Golden Boy, who has a major deal with Showtime, which is great for me.
Right.
But then to have Showtime on board with you too.
You got two teams helping out.
Yeah, you got got no middleman to hold anything up in the process. So if I win this fight, you know, I'm sitting pretty, you know, winning the fight.
Well, I know you look in some of the best shape that I've seen you over the last couple years. And I know you work out at a place, we're not going to mention what you misspoke on air once before, at Wolfpack Boxing Club. I've been there at that gym, and it's a great facility. I hear a lot of great compliments about friends of mine that you're teaching classes there. They want me to come out and get beat up a little bit. That's how much they like you out there. And I said just to be in shape would be nice.
It's a really cool gym. It's a different kind of concept compared to your normal boxing gym. You know, you don't have the. It's not like you're coming in and you have to want to box to go into the gym.
I noticed that.
It's
right.
more of a white collar kind of a gym, but at the same time, if you want to fight, you can work your way up and fight. There's more of a process. They're not just going to throw you in. You come in, you learn a little bit, and you kind of go at your own pace. You know, and if you move fast, they move you fast. If you're slower, they move you slower.
Well, they get you in shape. I mean,
yeah,
that's what I see out of it. Whether you box or not,
I mean,
you're going to be in shape.
You have every different kind of person there. I mean, we have young kids, 8 years old. We have older guys and girls in their 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have people there that have lost like 50, 60. I think the one lady lost 70 pounds.
I saw that.
Out at the gym. So but that's all on you. Like I always tell everybody with losing weight, there's no simple way to.
It's a lifestyle.
You watch what you eat and you exercise.
It's a lifestyle.
You know what I mean? And the more you exercise, the more weight you're going to lose, and the more you watch what you eat, the more weight.
Got to be both.
So you just got to make the decision and make the choice to do that. And if you do that, you're going to lose weight regardless of where you're at. It's just the atmosphere there makes it a lot easier and makes you want to come back. Where most of the time you got to battle yourself to go to the gym.
And you're part of that. You're one of the coaches there, so my hat goes off to you and helping the people out in the community.
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
Speaking of helping, Smoking Jim, we're supposed to do fights on Friday night. Rod's going to be there in somebody's corner. Why don't you tell Smoking Jim about the guys whose corner you're going to be in for Wolfpack Boxing Club?
Actually, I just got a text before since I talked.
Canceled.
Yeah, the kid.
This is late breaking news on BPTV. He's not going to be there.
The kid.
What happened?
It was that heavyweight bout.
Remember the heavyweight bout?
The guy from Boys Pal.
John Doyle?
Scott.
No,
Scott.
The big guy that we thought won the fight. He was right in front of us.
Well, anyway, he didn't get the decision.
You took notes on it. I looked at your notes.
I watched the fight back on video. I thought he clearly won the fight. He didn't get the fight. We did too. But they were supposed to rematch, but the kid doesn't want the rematch, so they're not doing it.
No way. Well, that's a shame. I was pumped up to see you there because we're going to try to broadcast it there, even though there's Bethel Park basketball on Friday
He didn't hear anything you said. There's still fries in that basket.
There's less. You know what? Some of the things I think he was saying about you might be true. You know that. I'm starting to feel that. And I think you're right for doing that. What else is going on here?
I mean, that's the card. I mean, I believe there's 8 fights on the card, but 3 fights are going to be televised. You got Sammy Vasquez fighting the opener.
Right.
On there, it'll be his television, debut. He's a local guy from
another
Vanessa,
friend and guest of our show.
And the
Who can?
The co-main event.
Rod can too.
The co-main event is actually a 2008 Olympic gold medalist, Felix Diaz, that Iron Mike signed. So he's fighting the co-main event against a guy 15-1. So there should be some good competitive fights on the card.
Now,
you know what I mean?
how do they get tickets for this? Should they contact you, or how does this work?
You could contact me. A lot of people message me on Facebook or go on Facebook and send me a message about tickets. Wolfpack Boxing has tickets.
Okay.
Also through
What do you
me.
prefer? I'm trying to put you on the spot.
Whatever's easiest. They have.
How about Zach Brenner? Should they get a hold of Zach Brenner?
They can get a hold of Zach Brenner.
We'll go to Zach Brenner. That's our man on the inside.
He'll have tickets. He'll fix your toilet and then give you some tickets.
He'll even remodel your whole bathroom. He puts all that stuff up online.
He'll put a roof on and give you a couple ringside seats.
You know what? Let's do it. That sounds like a deal. Wait a second. Forget. Here's what you got to do. Now, here's where the photo comes in. Just point to that, Rod, so you get a good one. See? That's how you promote it. All right, we got that out of the way. You're getting all this. You're getting good at these shameless promotions that I do. You know that. You're like a master now. And then I also hear you had a new addition to your family. I see these like beautiful pictures of a baby and things.
Little baby girl, wife and I had a little baby girl, November 24th.
Congratulations on that. I did it at the gym. I congratulated. We'll do it on air. We cover all things here.
Yeah.
She's a cutie there too. You guys did well with the baby.
I tried, I tried my best. I put all my effort into it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, I know you're training very well on that. I expect a young Rod Jr. soon too.
Never know.
I think after
Never
this
know.
fight, after you win this fight, we may have another announcement on air.
9 months later. Right?
I'm thinking.
It's possible. You never know.
Well, Rod, I want to thank you for coming out here. Glad you could make it out of your tough schedule. Not only is he teaching, but he has to go train. He got to run from here back home. That's how bad it is. Thanks, Rod.
Thank
Good
you.
luck,
Appreciate
champ.
it.
We'll see you soon. Introduce yourself again and your organization and what you do.
Okay, hi, I'm Dan Blunt. I'm the president of the Western Pennsylvania Poker Club. We've been playing poker in Pittsburgh since 2009. It's a free poker league. We play all around the city.
How do they get a hold of you right off the bat? Let's
Right
do
off
that.
the bat, you can...
Except on Thursday, I think.
No, any day you can find me. We have the site on Facebook at Western Pennsylvania Poker Club. You can look us up there and send me a message or try to find the schedule on there or whatever you want to do. There's pictures and list of events and everything that's going on with the club.
And you guys are active all over the place.
Yeah.
I know tonight you have like your end of your quarter.
Yeah, it's we run the quarterly standings, and it's March 31st, so that's the end of the first 3 months. And
What do you do then?
I hand out awards to everybody. I wanted
So the
to
winners, everybody doesn't get a medal, do they?
No.
Okay, just winners.
Yeah, there's a cumulative point system that we do. Depending on where you finish, you get so many points, and the points add up throughout the quarter and throughout the year.
Right.
And then whoever has the highest points wins the bar or the overall league.
Sure.
Yeah, and I brought almost all of them with me today.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to introduce them and like bring them up? Is that what you wanted to do?
I
or
can do that. Yeah, sure.
Would that work out? And then you could go back to playing poker, and then we'll get John to take a little video like Devin did when you were here to just see you in action.
Okay.
He will have to carry the camera to get some poker tonight, all right? We're going to do that.
All right, I'm also going to announce the Players' Choice Awards. The top 50 players in the league all vote.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of like they do in baseball. You know, all the players.
We're going to get a photo right now because our photographer is right here.
All right.
Can you move away from Devin or to the other side of him because he got to pay attention there. Just watch yourself there, Bill. This is almost live TV, so
Right.
we got to direct some of this stuff right on air.
Okay, well,
go
we,
ahead, Dan. It's up to you right now.
Sure. We run. I run 4 different bars on 7 different nights. Actually, I run 5. George, my assistant over there, runs 2.
That's your assistant.
Yeah.
You told me about him before.
Yeah.
Now I met him.
That's right. He used to be on the Adams Family as Uncle Fester.
I don't know. He's better looking.
Wait.
Where's the light bulb? It should be in his mouth. You didn't teach him. He's not with them.
I try to keep things out of George's mouth.
Okay, very good. Let's
Take that however you
keep
want.
it clean here.
That's right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
He's ready to rumble with poker.
On Sundays and Tuesdays, we play at the Genuine Pub. Now, when I win a point
Hold
total,
it. We got to interrupt you.
What's up?
We know the owner's there, one of your best
yeah,
friends.
Michelle Wilkerson.
Now, tell him where it is.
Yeah.
Because he keeps telling me we're coming out.
Yeah, it's near Monroeville.
Well, no, it's
Tell us the truth.
111 Sandy Creek Road in Verona. Michelle and her husband Charles have been running the place
They were
for a couple
here.
of years
They
now.
were
and
at the show. They're good
fantastic
friends
people.
of Smoking Jim.
Yeah, Michelle used to play for the Passion.
Yes,
Yeah, she's a heck of a wonderful person.
My favorite
Definitely.
player.
That's right.
now that we got that
Well,
genuine
their
pub.
bar. Now, whenever I win a bar, I don't like to hoard all the trophies because I do win a lot of bars. But whoever comes in second also gets a trophy, and we call that the.
The Still Valley Trophy.
No, that's not the Players' Choice Award. That's the Bar Champion Award. The overall points leader gets the point leader trophy, and then the players bar award.
So there is a method to your madness.
Right.
Okay,
Like I
good.
won a genuine pub title with the most points, and I beat Jack by 104. Now, for example, we've been playing for 3 months, and your average win is about 300 points. So
Okay.
that was a pretty close
So it was
one.
a tight battle.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring Jack up here first. Jack won.
We'll bring Jack right up
Yeah,
now.
come on up, Jack. Jack won the Players Championship at Genuine Pub, and Jack also.
Make sure you get Jack. We're going to have him stand next to him, so you might have to widen that view a little.
Jack was also voted on by the players this year as the most improved player in the league. Congratulations, Jack.
What's that on your shoulder?
This is the poker gorilla.
He'll be
plays
up
every
later.
game.
It says #1 dad.
It does. It does.
What's the gorilla's name?
Rob's gorilla.
Just checking with you. You told me to interview you, so I
Yeah.
thought I'd ask an intelligent question.
There you go. There you go.
How
So,
long have you been playing poker?
I've been playing poker since I was a kid. Hold'em, probably about 10 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's great stuff.
Oh yeah, fun game.
Definitely.
Very, very interesting game. Very, just the amount of layers to the game. You know what I mean? It's so much
Right.
more than just cards. It's knowing your opponents. It's knowing bets. It's knowing position. It's just amazing.
How many nights a week do you play?
As much as I can, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
And your wife lets you?
X.
So
She doesn't have a choice in the matter.
All right. I didn't mean to bring up some personal stuff here.
That's quite all right.
Now, you remember last month how I was on a tear? I was winning all.
Yes.
That was Jack this month. Jack, you got 9 wins this month.
Must be the gorilla.
Gorilla. Yes.
Gorilla helps.
Well, Jack, I appreciate you coming up. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Stay here for a second, okay? Because I'm going to bring Timmy up next. Now, Tim McKinney. Tim's been playing with us for about 3 years now, and
I like his jersey today.
Timmy got a win on Saturday night, and that pole vaulted him over Herb to win the Players' Points title overall by 58 points. That's like coming in 8th one time in 3 months.
Wow.
So he beat Herb by
Another close battle.
58 points.
What a
Everything's
club you
really
have.
close this
You better
quarter. It's really
contact
fun.
Dan.
Yeah.
What a
so,
club.
Timmy, congratulations on the overall.
Thank you.
Well done. And did you bring Chim Chim with you?
I sure did.
Okay,
What
well,
is that?
That's Chim Chim.
It's Chim Chim. It's one of my nicknames. It's my chip protector. My
You know what?
mascot.
I'm a little superstitious in sports. These guys got me beat.
Everybody has their lucky pieces or their mascots. Actually, the mascot thing's starting to catch on now. So this year, I wanted to do a mascot of the year.
Well, we all know who the original was. Just saying.
I know.
I'm just saying.
And these
A
are
little
definitely the two
Gorilla.
finalists, Gorilla and
I know
Chim
Gorilla's
Chim.
#1.
And I had to give it a lot of thought, but because of all the trials and tribulations he had to go through this year, and 3 months sober.
Whoa.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Not me,
Sober.
Gorilla.
That's what I
And,
assumed.
But
I assumed that.
He was also kidnapped
yeah, he was kidnapped.
early January by a crazy
You know what?
woman.
I know you don't.
He
I know
really
you
was.
guys
It's
don't
not
play
alive.
for
It's true.
money, but you might need to play for money sometime, just to balance that out, the yin and yang.
So
okay,
our
of
mascot
poker.
of the year, my buddy Gorilla.
Thank you. Thank you. Rightfully so.
You don't see this on TV anywhere.
All right.
Well, who else now?
Okay, well, who's not here is Herb. We just talked about Herb. Herb's the oldest player we have in the league. And George runs LaBarb's, which is over. Where's George?
George is gone.
Just hiding. I don't need you. Well, you can come up if you want. I'm done with you, fellas.
Oh, wow. All right, champs.
Dismissed.
Thanks for coming
This
in.
is my assistant, George. He runs LaBarb's. That's on Old William Penn Highway in Monroeville. Yep. And
There it is.
the top 2 players in that bar are actually 2 of the oldest players that we have. LaBarb's. 2 of the oldest players we have in the league, and they happen to be married,
Yes.
which is funny.
They act like it
That
too.
came down to Herb and Marie, and Herb won the LaBarb's restaurant. He couldn't be with us because, let's just face it, he's a menace to traffic. So they didn't want to come out of here. So Herb, congratulations on that. Herb's an original Hall of Famer,
Nice.
along with myself and one other player who is not here with us this evening.
Okay.
So Herb won that, and George is a big help to me. If I don't think I could do it without him, honestly.
That's great.
Let me bring up Stephanie next.
We should. She said she wanted an interview.
All right. Stephanie was voted on by our players as the female player of the year by a landslide. Out of 50 votes, she got 44.
Wow.
So, way to go, Steph.
I heard she's one of the toughest poker players in your club.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally, and it's not a sexist thing, men are better players than women, but it's because of the physiology of men versus women. Men don't have long hair to play with, they don't have nails, they don't tend to wear a lot of jewelry, so men have less tells. Stephanie, on the other hand, no jewelry, stone face, throws us off by betting in Spanish.
Really?
No.
Psychological warfare.
But she's good. You can tell from the beginning of a hand that Stephanie's going to win it most of the time. Because if you're a good player and you're in a pot with Stephanie, you're done.
Really?
Stephanie makes all her chips off of stupid people calling them stupid things.
That's right.
Very strategic.
Right.
It's easy that way.
So Stephanie's our female player of the year. And
Hold it. How long have you been playing, Stephanie?
Almost 3 years.
3 years, and you're kicking these boys' butts.
it's her second year in a row as female player of the year.
And I was rookie of the year my first
And she was rookie of the year first year, that's right.
Wow, a
And
true champion.
She's the only girl, female, to ever win rookie of the year in the league.
Really?
Yep. Speaking of rookies, hey Willie, you're next. I'm done with you, Steph. Thank you.
Sign in.
This,
Welcome
ladies
aboard.
and gentlemen, is our hero, Willie Boyd. Rookie of the Year, as voted on by the players. He got 45 out of 50 votes for Rookie of the Year.
Nice.
Boy, you
Good
guys
job,
are
Willie.
serious. Congratulations, rookie. Nice meeting you.
Also mentioned Willie's an EMT, and he's a hell of a good guy, and he's got a great family. Everybody wants to be like Willie. I want to be like Willie.
Really?
Yes.
It's too late. You can't be willing.
I know. There's only
Okay.
one. But you're a good man.
He's giving
Willie.
some tips there. You
Thank you
better
much.
get out of here while you're still
Anything
rookie
you
of
want
the
to say
year.
to anybody?
Say hello. Anybody you know? No?
I'm from the other side. I live over in East Hills, over Penn Hills.
You know what? This is broadcast everywhere. Just don't say Penn Hills around smoking Jim.
Say hello to your mother, right?
Well,
Say hi to Mom.
did you say hello to your mother?
My mom love you.
Okay. Get out of here now.
Good boy.
See you, Will.
All right, Willie.
Thanks,
Did
Dan.
I cover everybody over there?
There's nobody left.
Oh, I also forgot to mention, tonight is the last game that we have for the quarter. And we're actually leaving here, and we're all going over to Ryan's Pub for the 10 o'clock game because Tim and I are 11 points apart at Ryan's Pub with one game to go.
Wow, now that's a very close race.
That's right. Tim has 2,004. I have 1,993.
So you're behind Champ.
I am. Yeah, Tim actually, you won the whole point thing last quarter, right? Yeah, he beat me. He was the first person in 2 years.
Well, we're going to let you focus on winning tonight.
Right.
But thank you for coming out.
Hey, Al.
I really appreciate it, taking time away from your busy poker schedule.
No problem.
You take care and good luck
buddy.
tonight.
Thanks a lot.
No offense, Tim. Nice to meet you. All right, we're going to do one of our favorite segments here. Pittsburgh Sports Line and Sips Sports Bar halftime show. We've all jazzed up about the Pirates. I'm getting to see the game now, Chip, so I'm excited about that. I already posted on Pittsburgh Sports Line on Facebook that the Pirates won with Neil Walker hitting that walk-off home run. So I did that when I saw that we won. What's on your mind, Chipper?
Well, Dave, you know, to touch on the baseball game once again, today was first time in Major League Baseball history they went to the review of a play. The first time it happened was here at the Pirates, and I just watching a replay of it. And actually, I got to tell you, the instant replay process the Major League Baseball had worked out over this year, it worked like a dream today. Not just because both calls went in favor of the Pirates, but each time that there was a review, it didn't take more than 2 to 3 minutes to come to a decision, and the decision was final. There was no arguing,
actually,
and it didn't
one-
mess up the flow of the game.
Actually, one was a minute and 20-some seconds, and the other one was a minute and 40-some seconds.
But I tell you what, Major League Baseball got it right.
You heard that from Chip. He's ready to throw out the commissioner, which I agree. Selig should have been gone a couple years ago.
They know this is the one time they hit it the nail on the head. head.
Smoking Jim Frazier, what else is on your mind, buddy?
What's on my mind, El Levine, the talking machine, is please tell me about the MMA. Nobody told me to fill me in on Saturday night.
We were saving some of that for tomorrow, but
Hear it now.
you want to hear it?
Give me a little something.
You remember our friend Kama, who's an artist, Kama Worthy?
Black guy?
Yeah, thin guy. He said he's an artist that he paints in blood.
Yeah.
Well, Zach Brenner and I, they ran out of media passes. We were everywhere. We were right by the cage. We were where they come in. We were on the big screen TV. We were looking for you. We said, Batman got to come in the building. Batman didn't come in. He ended up leaving his event early, but he didn't come with us. That's official. He'll tell you another story off air. So we're watching all these bouts, and we're moving around. The one guy who called in, Chip, you may remember on a Tuesday night, this George Phillips.
Yes.
He's the ring announcer. You got to hear this guy. We've heard good ring announcers like Dan Bogan. We're going to try to have him on the show with MMA, with Gladiators of the Cage. Remember Batman when you left before the best bouts? Well, anyhow, I'll cut to the story right now. Kama comes up there. He's all fired up, goes into the ring. 26 seconds later, the guy submitted. 26 seconds, the bout was over. It was one of the fastest winning bouts. He pummeled the guy. All offense, you would have loved it. No defense. Then he jumps up. The cage is about 10 feet tall. He sprung up and was sitting up on there screaming. That was the most he sweated in the whole bout. That's just one of the bouts, my friend. Most of the other ones, 3 rounds, 5 minutes each with the pros. These guys are athletes, I'm telling you. You missed a great time. You could have left the rivers and come with us. Next time, just jump aboard. Z was driving.
Alan, all you got to do is bring the bat signal with you.
I did it, burn out. Chip, I've used it. That's the end of halftime. That's it. Thanks for coming in on a Monday. I know how busy you are.
Thanks for having me. It's good to see you guys.
Always a pleasure.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Always a pleasure. Much love.
Happy anniversary. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
And nice win by the Buccos. You're a Pirate fan.
Yes, I am.
You better tell everybody who you are. We know who you are. They know. Some of them know who you are.
Well, my name is Miss Freddie, and I'm a VA nurse, and I'm a blues singer. And I'm somebody's mom, too. Oh, and I'm their friend.
And cousin.
And cousin.
We found out, going back just a couple months ago, they're cousins.
Yeah.
It's always nice when Smoking Jim's cousins come in, and then they're on his cousin time. I don't understand it. I'll be in, what time's my clock say?
8:27.
You said 8 o'clock you were coming in.
I know. I was fixing James dinner. Oh, get a good dinner. I
What'd
made
you
my
eat?
own crab cakes.
You didn't bring any in. That's one of my favorite meals.
I made crab cakes and salad and biscuits and
Any corn?
no.
No sweet potato.
No.
That's a good. I'm glad I missed it.
I did got chitlins though.
Why didn't you bring them in? You got any greens? Greens for Levine?
I do.
Bring some greens. I'll bet you make great greens.
I tried.
She's modest. Well, what else is going on?
Well, oh my gosh, lots of things. The band and I
Tell us
started-
3 things.
3 things. I started the second CD with the band.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's worth.
You have a great band.
Thank you. They're
great
wonderful guys
guys.
to work with. Yeah, they're good guys. And we're getting ready to. Should I show this now?
You do it. Go ahead.
If you didn't know, we have a Blues Society of Western Pennsylvania, and this is their 10th year for their blues competition.
Where at?
It's going to be at Tony Dale in Oakdale.
It's not far away, right?
Not far.
Right on 376, Old Parkway West, they used to call it.
Yep.
You can't miss it.
Can't miss it. And the doors open at 1. The first act goes on 1:30, 2 o'clock. And guess what? We're
What?
the last act to play then.
Smoking Jim can make it.
Yes, we go on at 9:15.
Wow. How long do you play?
20 minutes. Each act gets 20 minutes.
He might miss it.
I don't know.
Your cousin might not make it.
No, you got to make it. I have to ask my other cousin who comes here sometimes.
Get both cousins.
Yeah, both cousins.
No, that's great.
Yeah, so.
And we'll post that up on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. You know, I like liking things like you do, so.
Yeah, I like things that you do too.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And the other big
Is this for me or?
That's for you.
Okay.
I have plenty of flyers.
Wow, you know what? You're a true professional.
Yeah,
I don't know. Who's on your PR team?
Me.
Who's helping you here?
And everyone else who I know. But
Exactly. You have a lot of fans out there.
yeah, but by me being a cancer survivor twice, I do a lot of benefits.
God bless you. That's
Thank
great.
you. And this is one that's near and dear to my heart. A few of my friends who are part of the Nursing Oncology Society, they put this together, Battle of the Bands. It's the same bands every year, but this is our 3rd year. And what we do is for camp raising spirits for cancer patients.
Boy, is that great.
Yeah, and it's going to be April 25th at the Sokol Club on the south side. And
Isn't there a car wash like right near there?
yeah, it's right next to the car
Look
wash.
for that car
Exactly.
wash there.
Yeah, yeah. So,
See that? I'm
it's
giving you
pretty-
landmarks.
Yes,
Smoking
you
Jim will find you. Will they let him in this club?
They will let him.
Because
in
he's
the
a little
club.
sensitive in some of the clubs there.
They will let him. They'll let Chip in.
Well, I know Chip knows every place around here.
Everybody knows Chip.
Yeah. Well, he was a bartender for years. How do you not know Chip?
Oh, well, I didn't know that, Chip. Okay.
Oh yeah, for a lot of years.
We
my
try not to
misspent
reveal
youth.
all these secrets here. So.
My misspent youth.
What else do you have?
Well, again, I owe him posters. Lots of posters.
Yes, you do.
But this one is very special for me also. I don't know if you guys heard of the Needs Hotel Band.
Yes.
They're a great band. Well, I sang at one of their relatives' wedding a couple of weeks ago.
I saw the photos.
Did you
You
see
look
the
great
photos?
there.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I did. Yes, I did.
And they, Clear Blue Sky, you got to sing with us. We're having like this special show. So
When is that?
this show will be May 24th
Wow.
at Moondogs, and I'm the featured special guest.
Whoa, can you sign that? That's
Yes, I
awesome.
can sign that.
We'll have to have you sign that.
I can sign all of them.
You get to use the green pen.
Okay. You want me to sign anything? No.
You sign whatever you think. VPTV first. Miss Freddie brought posters and she's signing them.
I did. Oh, I like this pen.
Oh, give me that back.
It's a nice pen. I can hold it.
I know.
But this is my own show that I'm putting together, Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Tell the folks when that is, because a lot of people don't understand Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, really, you guys? It is always the first weekend in May, and we're celebrating May the 3rd. Yeah, May 3rd.
Now, it's a little inside joke with me. I worked with a bunch of people, and they go, when's Cinco de Mayo? Well, that's May 5th.
Yeah, but
You changed it to May 3rd. I know. I saw the date. That's why I asked you.
You doing anything for Juneteenth?
It's a little funny.
nobody's asked me, but I'll be glad to.
Oh, your cousin was asking. Tell us more about this since you're the feature. Read it. Go ahead. You don't have to show it anymore. Please read.
It'll be my, I'm actually putting this celebration together along with Nicole Belli. And if most of you, if you know Larry Belli, he's a talented musician from the Alikiski Valley. He's played around. And his daughter and I, along with our bands, we're going to do this big celebration of music, Cinco de Mayo way. So that's what it's all about. Yeah.
That sounds great. You got a lot of great things.
Yeah.
Let me see this. We'll have to promote a little bit. I don't know if I'll get time on each show to do it. I was hoping for one.
Just one?
You gave me 2, 3, 4 different events.
Well, you've got two
We'll do the
in May.
quickest.
One for April.
That's what we'll do.
That's good.
I know how to promote it.
I know you do.
You don't have to worry. I'm so proud of you that you brought in flyers.
Proud of me too.
Because the last time you were here, for some reason it didn't get uploaded, and you didn't bring a flyer, so I didn't even have to say anything about it. it?
No, I made sure I had all the flyers.
You're a true professional.
Well, thank you.
After all these things, what else is going on? Where are you performing this weekend?
Well, Thursday, I'm at the Cocoa Coffee House in Leechburg, PA, on Market Street from 6:30 to 8:30. And then Saturday, of course, is the Big Blues competition.
Right.
And that's it for this week. And the band and I are going back in the studio.
Get that
Friday
CD.
night. Yeah, we're going to lay down some more tracks. So I'm excited about it.
Sounds good.
They talked me into putting 3 more songs on the CD. I said, okay.
How many songs will be on there?
It's going to be a total of 10.
That's not bad.
10, yeah. And it's going to be, it's a CD about, pretty much about talking about life, but in a blues format. So I'm excited about it.
No, it sounds, you're a great performer.
Thanks.
I love the blues when you sing them. It's just fantastic.
Thank
It's
you,
so
man.
powerful and heartfelt.
Yeah, and I love singing it. I did bluegrass last night.
No.
Yes.
How did that go
I did
for you?
bluegrass. George, don't look at me like that. I did bluegrass. That was wonderful.
Is that another one of your fans that
He
you
used
run
to
into?
be my drummer a long time ago.
I talk about 2 degrees of separation on this show.
Okay.
It's not 6 degrees. That proves it right there.
There you go.
That's unbelievable.
I'm a big fan. I love Mr. Freddie.
Oh, and I love George.
Queen of Blues.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna cry. Thank you. But I love doing music and I love promoting it, and I did it with young people last night. They were phenomenal.
Really?
I'm gonna try to get them to come here and see you guys.
Well, give us a call about a week
Monday.
ahead of
I
time.
will.
Let
I
us
will.
know.
They are phenomenal, and they don't need amplifiers and all that. They have a fiddle, they have a banjo. This guy plays
they would
this
just
old
start singing.
piano. Yeah, we can start singing something together.
Would you sing with them?
Yeah.
You know
After
what? We
last
got to
night-
set that up.
Yeah,
When you're not as busy and you're out of the studio with that CD's done,
absolutely.
we'll have to do something. Miss Freddie, thank you.
Welcome.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
You take care and we'll be seeing
I
you.
will. Thanks, guys. Take care. Thank you.
Now, what I came to talk about is we had a question over there, and is it true that they started Gateway Rehab for Gateway High School?
Who is discussing stuff like that at a bar? That's what I want to know.
Wait, there's a lot of rehab talking bars. Tough crowd. Stephanie laughed for a second. Wait, you want the jester? Yeah.
The jester stare. Give the jester stare. You were
I
there.
couldn't even do that if I wanted to.
You need makeup.
Yeah, you need a lot more than makeup to get to that point. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of donuts and a lot of eating sweets and stuff like that.
Really?
Not working hard. But hey, you can still wrestle though. Don't want to take anything away from the jester over there.
Yeah, but he is always outside the ring.
Yeah, I know he rolls around on the ground.
That's what I don't like. He comes outside the ring there.
But
what's going on, Z?
well, I got to give it to the Chips boys down there on the North Shore. They found a way to
Hey,
gut
they're
one
my
out.
boys too.
Al's boys too.
Thanks.
I know he was a Pirate fan before you, Chip. But all that says is that he's older than you. He was a Pirate fan before
Thank you,
So
thank
he
you.
goes back farther than you.
Thank you.
So take that in stride. That,
Thank you.
You're a young man.
Thank you. Thank you.
He was watching Satchel Paige.
Yeah. He taught me how to throw that no-look fastball. He threw that ball so hard that the catcher went like this, and Satchel still held it in his hand. So I learned that pitch.
I don't think anybody got anybody beat because Mario coughed that he's been watching the Buccos live for 40 years. That's a long ass time.
All right. I got more than that. You just think I'm younger. I got more than 40 years watching Buccos.
I didn't know they had TV.
Zach, I have
was-
more than 40 years
It was
watching the
black.
Buccos.
It was black and white TVs.
Well, we had a great time down there at the Champions dinner banquet down there at the
Yeah,
Rivers
thanks to
Casino.
Smoking Jim.
Thanks
How
to
did you
Jim
like it?
Frazier, Bill Neal. Well, the funny part about it is when I finally arrived at the casino and I finally
You were
got to
so
the desk.
late.
when I got to the desk and I said I'm with Jim Frazier, the next thing I know, I got escorted into a little room and I got taken apart. And I was kind of worried because I didn't know if he had any kind of like gambling debts or like what I was in for, you know? Like I thought he like set me up, like you got me, man. You got me, Jim Frazier, man. Like, God damn.
You know what? That was the heavy money because when I got in, Devin and I walked in, and believe it or not, I was dressed all in black. I carried the black tripod bag. Guess what? He lets me right in because I'm so old and dressed in black. Devin, I forgot he's a young puppy. They grab him, they strip searched him, opened up the cameras, and I go, wow, I should have been carrying the camera. Devin goes, no, he had to take a look at it, he said. They pulled him around, gave him a wristband and everything else.
I mean, how do you know Devin's not carrying a bazooka?
I was carrying the bazooka bag.
I think that's a little too much information.
It's all true, though.
That's a disclaimer, folks. That's a disclaimer right there. The opinions or the viewpoints expressed by this panel.
So then when you got in and you started meeting people, I saw him talking to Mel Blount right off the bat.
Wow.
He didn't waste any time because I want to see the guy that changed football.
Yes, he did.
Well, I was just a huge fan of Mel Blount ever since.
I thought he was on his farm for a long time. Working the kids. Wayward kids.
I had to escape.
He does a lot of good in the community. I don't care what you're saying there. He saved a lot of those
never
kids.
at the Mel Blount Youth Home.
Get that chip. That's a $100 chip.
10,000, jeez.
Brandy, with an IE, that E's after I, can you get that chip?
Oh yeah, we had a great time down there. A lot of great Steelers.
How about the food?
Russell.
How'd you like the food and the snacks they had? They had some nice treats.
That food was great. I was seeing some of Bill Boyce's models taking huge advantage of the portion size.
Hold it. How about
They
what I
can't
was
hear
doing?
me, and they don't even watch the show, so it doesn't even matter what I say. But if you watch the show, then you would know I was ripping. So,
Well,
Merry Christmas.
Hey, Zach, I don't know what happened. He might have just went off the reservation. But I kept, Devin goes, wow, you're piling on the food. And then I had to go over and do some interviews. I'd go back. I took one bite out of a sandwich, and they kept throwing them away. So it looked like I had 10 sandwiches. I did not.
Well, at one point, I thought that they came over and told you that you couldn't have any more.
No.
That's not true.
No.
Yeah, that's not true.
No. My new friend, the vice president of sales at Rivers Casino, Brian Block.
Not your friend, too. I ended up meeting him in that dark room that I finally got out of. After I paid the fee, the shakedown fee, for Jim Frazier from God's Country, I was able to get out.
And I asked you for $5 just to play blackjack. You couldn't even give me $5.
They took all my money.
Because your heavy money was gone.
My heavy money was gone because of Jim Frazier's heavy debt.
But
You're good now. You're good now. You don't got to worry about Macaroni Tony's boys in the parking lot down at the Rivers. We squared that away.
Yeah, but you missed the best thing about it. Smoking Jim acted like he was there ahead of me and Devin. You know? And here we walk in there, and he goes, "Are you there yet?" And I'm like, "Where are you?" He didn't answer. So I go, "Where do we go?" He goes, "You know where to go." I'm like, I thought this is a comedy routine. He goes, "Go to the event room."
Who's on first?
So I know the casino a little bit, so I said, "Devin, we'll find it." We go up there. I go to Bill Neal. And thanks, Bill Neal, for having us out there and filming everything. We appreciate it. I go, "Bill, we're Smoking Jim." He laughs. He goes, "You know Smoking Jim. He may not even find the place." So I said, so I go being naive like I am about my best friend. I go, "You mean he's not here?" He go, "Al, he's not here." I look at my phone and he's asking me, "Where are you at?" Smoking Jim. He got the text-only phone. "Al, where are you at?" I go, "I'm in the event room. Where are you?" He goes, "I'm almost here." I call him up. I go, are you in the garage?
That's because simultaneously, while this is going on, I'm getting shaken down from shake and bake here, so he can make the move like into the building, man, while I'm hemmed up in the locker.
There is no embellishment. There's no added.
True story, no fiction and fact here, man. All fact, no fiction.
There's no fiction whatsoever, and that's why he's a legend. So then the story gets even thicker because we're having a great time, but Smoking Jim forgot that we had committed to MMA. So he goes, when you guys gonna leave? I go about 8:30. He goes, oh, I gotta stay till 10. And I go, that's not happening.
No, we know that you're not staying until 10, no matter what. We know you're not coming to the fights with us, and we also know you're not staying the whole time until 10, and we know you're not helping clean up. We know you're not helping clean up, because I then took apart a whole boxing ring, a whole arena, and you didn't help me carry a chair.
Hold it, wait.
That's cold, brother. That's cold. That's cold.
You know, we were at Three Lakes the other day, Country Club. That's where I first was allowed to talk on air with Smoking Jim.
When we all first met, Al Levine never got anywhere near a microphone.
Right.
So he could have been the talking machine all he wanted. Smoking Jim Frazier didn't let him anywhere near.
He made me. Batman made me. You know, like the Joker. Or who? No, it wasn't the Joker. Who was that?
Robin.
No. Batman made. What was that?
Harvey Dent.
No, with Jack Nicholson. Who was Jack?
Joker.
The Joker.
The Joker.
Was he the Joker?
Yes.
Well, he made me, and I made him.
Okay.
That's how simple that was.
All right.
So here's the bottom line of the story. Jimmy Savetic goes, hey, how about helping with these garbage cans and stuff? So I go over, big dumpsters. I'm putting bags in, and Smoking Jim goes, hey, I'll see you guys later.
Keep up the good work. Toodles, gotta go. Us Gateway guys don't get dirty. We haven't touched a trash pail in ages.
He's a good man, that's for sure.
Oh,
What else?
Who's a good man?
You.
Oh, okay.
You're the one leading this parade.
Hey, I think this is the
You're
best.
gonna go off on another rant.
I think this is the best.
Show ever.
Yeah, one of the best shows ever with one of the best endings. Hopefully we don't lose it.
Well, we gotta watch what you keep saying, whether we lose it or not.
Dave Cable will iron it out for me.
Cut that out. Block him a little bit.
Whatever's clever, Dave. Whatever works best.
Hey, with sports, what's your thing on basketball? How's this bracket stuff going?
Well, right now,
Smoking Jim wants to know about bracketology.
Of the four of us right now, I'm still in it.
I'm out.
The Still Valley guy's still in it, man. We're in things till the death.
I was out of it 10 days ago.
Yeah, Chip was. But I got Florida, so if the Gators advance and the Gators make it to the championship game, the money's pretty much mine, fair and square, legitimately.
Did you get to see any of those games? You see the freshmen become more than freshmen?
Well, I don't think anybody thought Kentucky was going to come together and play like that.
Well, Lil Z had a stack of
sheets.
sheets like
He had a lot of
that,
sheet there.
And he
I
had
know.
a lot of number 2 pencils. So all of a sudden, he's won the money.
Hey,
That's why everything's in pen.
Hey, Smoking
Everything's
Jim.
in pen. We have an auditor.
Since my son's in the Navy, I heard you need some highlighters. He said, give that to Smoking
Thanks,
Jim.
Al Levine. Thanks, Al. Appreciate it.
Hey,
That's Andrew.
Hey, give those back. Where did you boost those office supplies?
Oh, that's from my son.
I'm sorry.
It's from the Levine house.
Keep fighting a good fight.
This
He's
is
a
the
sailor.
nicest gift
He's a
you
sailor.
almost bought for me, Al.
Whose son was it? He don't listen to anything. Hold it. Let me text him.
Merry Christmas.
Hey,
Let me text you.
That phone is like Johnny 5. That's how old that phone is, man. That phone is.
Hello? I need to call in an airstrike right now. Can you send a drone? Send the drone and take care of at least 2 of these guys. Will do. They're coming in.
How about those Penguins? Those Penguins responded. I didn't hear any of that. You know, most of
We
the
were waiting for you.
Penguins responded last night.
Who was in goal? 25 saves.
Marc-Andre Fleury was in goal, leading the league in wins and shutouts and just about every statistical category you possibly could. I mean, when the team plays good in front of them, you know, we play
It's a
good.
shame they don't do it more often.
Exactly.
You know, ever since the Olympic break, the team has been sleepwalking.
But
through
they've
the
also been
villain
decimated with injuries up and down.
You know what, though? you know.
Injuries mean something. When you're leading the league in injuries for the last couple years, that's not a good thing.
It's not. And
That's an
and your
excuse.
stars, too.
It's an excuse.
That's not an excuse.
Yes, it is.
Gino's hurt.
If that happens to the Pirates, I want to
Letang
hear
had a
what
heart
you say.
attack.
If
Gino's
they
hurt.
get- if they get-
Bocoon's messed up.
Wait, if we lose two,
Orpik's eggs are scrambled
I'll
still.
tell you something.
we
Penguins'
lose two
problems
starting
are a lot
pitchers-
deeper than just injuries, okay?
Okay, we'll
They're
talk
the
about
problems
it.
that they have
Let's
is they're
talk
not a
about it.
disciplined hockey team.
Correct.
They take stupid penalties.
does
They
that
don't
start with?
play
The
well
coach?
defensively. I mean, there's a lot more problems with
Who's
the
that
Penguins
fall
than
on, the
just
players or the coach?
Both.
Well, you're not going to fire the players. I mean, that's what we always say.
No, but the coach needs to coach the players instead of being their buddy.
he's trying. I think he benched somebody for like one shift,
Yeah.
One shift.
2 shifts.
How many shifts are there in a hockey game, Smoking Jim Frazier?
He watches it all the time when Yager's there.
No, not Dale Earnhardt's number.
Wrong answer. You know what? We got to wind this show down.
Wind it down.
We're just about done with this. I want to thank the poker guys from Western Pennsylvania. Jack and his gorilla, Tim, George, Stephanie, Dan, whoever I forgot. Have a safe
Joyce.
Go Pirates. 80 more wins at home. You heard it here first.
So he's saying we're only going to get to how many wins for the season?
No, 81 wins in a row at home.
Just at
You
home.
didn't hear this. 81 wins at home.
What about on the road?
It's a bonus.
What about on the road?
Everything's a bonus.